Hey, it's Eric Holland. Keith Richards earned a $7 million advance for helping write his autobiography, Life, which I recently polished off. He wrote it with James Fox, who is a very skilled ghost writer, and very rarely did I really think Keith wouldn't say that. There was maybe one too many bless his hearts in here for my comfort. I couldn't really hear that coming out of Keith's mouth, but other than that, I was well engrossed, and a lot of great stuff in here about guitar playing. And I used to think the Mick Taylor era Stones was the best solely because of Mick Taylor, but in fact Keith just happened to be writing some of the best riffs of his career during that era. And it really began with Ry Cooder teaching Keith Richards a specific open tuning, which opened the door to a lot of Keith's best stuff. As far as Mick Taylor's replacement, Ronnie Wood, goes, Keith said some great stuff about it. One was he got the gig because he was British over some of those other guys who auditioned. Another was he was a wicked freebase cocaine abuser for a while, and a lot of people wanted him out of the band, but Keith guaranteed his behavior during one tour. He even signed a contract, like co-signing a lease or something, that he would keep in line, which of course he didn't, and Keith punched him in the face. Another quote in there from Keith: he knows Woody when he's really messed up on drugs and when he's straight, and there's really not much difference between the two. The one unforgivable sin that Mick Jagger committed was piggybacking his solo record deal on a Rolling Stones recording contract, and he did it behind the backs of the other guys, and Keith will never really forgive him for that, and that almost broke up the band. Other than that, Ian Stewart mentioned as a guy Keith has total respect for, and often spoke very warmly about him. By the way, there is an Ian Stewart tribute album that came out last month. I think it's called Boogie with Stu, and the Stones reunited with Billy Wyman to do a cover of Bob Dylan's Watching the River Flow. Billy sounded great on that, and he was terrific with the Stones. Keith does take a shot at Billy and Mick Jagger by calling him out on counting the number of women he slept with as being a lame, childish thing to do. That's about all I can think of. There's certainly more highlights, talking about partying with John Lennon and how Lennon couldn't keep up with him, always ended up in the bathroom throwing up. But that's enough of the highlights. Pick it up if you're keen, and I will see you later in the Holland Tunnel.